Okay, there's my attempt to make these videos better. I'm kind of in a hashtag MRA mode today. You know, I saw somebody, she had a yoga station, and she got hundreds of thousands of views. I was so jealous, dude, and here I am just talking about Jesus and hashtag MRA and why, anyway, there I am. That's the pain in being me, but I want to talk to you a little bit about Texas 2503, and really, if anybody follows this channel knows that I'm a men's rights activist, and what the fuck is a men's rights activist? I had a guy email me at 3 in the morning, 3:35 this morning, and he's basically like, hey, I'm a father and I need help, and I'm going to a hearing, I can't find representation. He's kind of giving me all the typical blah blah that you hear from fathers' rights people. They can't find representation, they're fathers, they're losing their children, they're scared, they're mad, they're angry. Now they're knee-deep in the Texas civil system. And the problem with being a men's rights activist is, number one, it's not really taken seriously. It's almost like just imagine in the early days of abortion rights. When the early days of abortion rights, when there was such a stigma on having abortion, imagine those early frontier women and what they had to go through, or maybe even women's suffrage. Were learning how to, or where they had to, for many years, women could not vote in this country. So any civil rights movement, any call for equity, it goes through that infancy phase where really it's like, what the fuck is a men's rights activist? And if you want to know what a men's rights activist is, all you have to do is go through a divorce. That's all you have to do. And then here's the problem. By the time you become a man's rights activist, you've already lost your children. You've already paying 20, 30% to your kids. Maybe you've had false allegations that have destroyed your life. Maybe you've lost a business. Maybe you've lost a home. Maybe you're homeless. And at that point, well, who the fuck cares? And that's why you need to look at the statistics of what's happening to men. Did you know that the leading statistic, and I'll show you a couple there, and I guess I can have a little bit of fun here, but there are some statistics out there that really show you how entrenched feminism is and how far a man's rights activist has to go. Like for example, here you go, let me turn some music on, make everybody laugh. There you go. There you go, baby. Got to make these videos entertaining. Or you could just email me at you can email me at americana417@gmail.com. You can follow me at Fibonacci. And in all seriousness, there's such a need for men's rights activism in civil cases. And if you just read some of these emails that I'm getting, they're heart-wrenching. And while I want to move on with my life, and I want to, there's also a part of me I don't know, you always want to help the people that are coming behind you, and people who are going through the battle that you're going through. And I still remember talking to maybe 10 to 15 lawyers. In my case is in Texas, and I'm offering a man's rights activist kit. It costs $2,800. If you want me to attend your hearings, that's where we start talking about real money of like $8,000 to $10,000. And in my opinion, where I am at now, having studied this system and having looked at the laws, having gone through a civil trial, having gone through a jury trial, once I've gone through it, I really think, dude, if you have the capital, you need to hire me to come vet your lawyer with you, because the last thing you want to do if you're a man, and this is me just trying to give some practical help to men out there going through civil cases, is you want to vet your lawyer. And that's where my $2,800 divorce kit really will come in handy, because it's going to give you the information to have an intelligent conversation with that lawyer that's telling you how great they are. Like, for example, 2503. It's a criminal code. It's at the epicenter of where men's rights activism begins in Texas. It's a criminal code. Just Google Texas Criminal Code 2503. It's an existing law that talks about, and it's gender neutral. It says anybody who interferes with anybody's custody, that could be a felony. Well, anybody who's gone through a divorce knows that women violate 2503 all the time. And so if that were simply enforced, about 50% of the drama would not occur. Well, here's the catch. 2503 is never enforced. And so the answer is really going to have to be on the federal level, where where we bring federal petitions to the table, and we start suing municipalities, and once cities and police officers and families and women, once they're forced to abide by 2503, you're going to see 50% of the drama go away, because you're now dealing with equality. And feminism loves equality as long as they're not held equal. Well, 2503 is gender neutral, and it's never enforced. In fact, just Google, like, a lot of DAs don't enforce it, which is, you're actually violating a specific class of people. And if you look at federal protected classes, when you hurt and intentionally hurt a specific class of people, whether it's a race, a religion, a handicap, now you're dealing with a federal violation. And there's all kinds of reasons why the answer to the men's rights movement is going to be on the federal level. So what can you do except wait for the federal petition? What can you do if you're just a regular guy? Number one, you want to buy my divorce kit. It's $2,800. It's going to help you to vet your lawyer. And that alone can save you thousands and thousands of dollars. And what I'm doing is I'm just preparing you, and I'm giving you the information to have an intelligent conversation, so that when you're talking to your lawyer, and the question would be like this: Mr. or Mrs. Lawyer, what's your track record of enforcing 2503 on the federal level when the cops do not want to enforce it? Okay. Well, that's a really big question. You might want to rewind this video and listen to that again. Mr. Lawyer, Mrs. Lawyer, who's telling me how great you are. Maybe Mr. Lawyer, Mrs. Lawyer, maybe the person has the audacity to call yourself a man's rights activist lawyer. What is your track record to defending 2503 when police officers do not want to enforce it? Okay. Do you know that one of the things that I would suggest in my kit is, when you go to your trial, you need to have documentation that the local police refuse to enforce 2503. You need to put that on the record, and all that means is you need to make sure that's spoken, so that that's written down, that here you are, you've had, in my case, in my West Texas case, I'm at 7 years where 2503 has never been enforced, not a single time. 27 years, okay? And I'm still waiting for my 2503 hearing, and it's been a year. I'm going on my 3rd year without seeing my children. I'm going on my 2nd Christmas without seeing my kids. And that sounds like a lot. Like, here I am, I'm Jonathan Fibonacci. I'm telling you to buy my $2,800 divorce kit. I'm telling you to fucking email me. I'm telling you to follow me at Fibonacci. I'm talking about 2503. I'm telling you to vet your fucking lawyer. And it's been 8 minutes. You're like, holy shit, this is more complicated. Maybe I should just bury my head in the sand. Well, if you do that, if you are like most men and you decide to just bury your head in the sand and pretend like there is equality, you run a really good chance of false allegations. You run a really good chance of never seeing your kids again, going Christmas, becoming a Skype dad. You might want to Google that. That's now a thing. That's now a thing. What is a Skype dad? And it's basically these ex-wives are saying, you know what, it would be really good for me is if this guy never came around and he just wrote child support checks. And now the courts are using Skype and saying, well, we'll let you keep in contact with your kids and become a Skype dad. So do you want to become a Skype dad, or do you want to be informed? And Fibonacci here is going to talk some candor and some reality to you and say, hey, that lawyer you talked to, 90% chance that person has never enforced 2503 on the federal level. There's a really good chance that they're going to default to the standard 20% or 10% of income stuff. So knowledge is power. And I know this video is not the most professional. I know I'm sitting here just trying to make it as entertaining as possible. But at the end of the day, and at the end of the cliche, this is your family and it's your life. And if you fuck up your divorce or your divorce modification, you could become a Skype dad as a result of that. So hear my passion as concern, and hear my passion trying to keep men in their families. And there would be nothing would make me happier. Right now, my goal is 1,000. I want to help 1,000 men get equality in their civil cases, and to help 1,000 men remain in their families. And if you really think about it, it should not cost a man his life for getting a divorce. And what's happened with feminism, this is more of like a sociological comment. women have decided, because of feminism, feminism has invaded the civil system and has made it so difficult for men to leave a marriage that most men, if they leave, look at what happens to them. So that aside, buy my divorce kit, $2,800. If you want me to attend your hearings and to really, really help prep you, and you know, knowing what I know now and having gone through what I've gone through, I would have loved to have written a guy an $8,000, $10,000 check and said, hey, I'm going to fly you to Houston. I'm going to fly you to Dallas. I'm going to fly you to Miami. I'm going to fly you to LA. And I want you to help me vet my lawyer with your stupid divorce kit. And I promise you, you'll get a better lawyer. And if you get better representation because of a $2,800 or a $10,000 consulting thing from John Fibonacci, shake my hand and send me a Christmas picture of your children. I'm here to help. Email me, americano417@gmail.com. Remember, there's a lot of things on this channel I want to talk about. Hashtag MRA is a passion. My next video, I'm going to do nothing but tell jokes. I'm going to tell you jokes. Okay, here's a joke. It's going to make you laugh. Why does the elephant drink? There you go. There's your joke, baby. Why do elephants drink? They drink to forget. And you might want to drink after watching this fucking video and go, holy shit, 2503 is never enforced. It's going to be the answer is a federally protected statuses. It's federal petitions suing municipalities. And all you want to do is you just want to watch the game. You just want to bury your head in the sand and you want to just have a drink. But I'm going to promise you, you need to take your hearing seriously, and knowledge is power. And I want to bring all my pain. If my pain can be your prosperity, then Fibonacci has done his job. You guys be good. Email me, americano417@gmail.com.